and welcome to the Natalie
and Dennis
Show Podcast.
Woohoo!
Okay, so you're one and I'm two. You're camera one. I'm camera two.
So happy Friday, everybody. Today we do not have David in the studio, so we have Dennis.
The magical one-man band.
Yes. He's doing a little bit of everything. He's switching.
I was telling something about those one-man bands from many years ago. It was a guy who had like a giant drum on his back and tambourines on his feet and like a flute. Had like a whole thing going on. That's me right now. I am everywhere.
Oh my God. It must be harder to focus also with talking, right?
I've done this 4 times, where I actually do cameras and I do switching and I do talking. And I'm pretty good at switching my brain into compartments.
Yes,
like,
right.
It's weird.
Right. And you know what? I personally would love to do that for one episode.
Really?
I know you think I couldn't.
Okay.
But I have I've been editing for a very long time and I feel like in my head, I know what I want to show when, like sometimes I feel that even if the person's not talking, I want to see their reaction.
Do you believe that you would be able to do this and sound and the doc?
No, not the sound, but
talk.
just the camera switch.
Okay. You want to do that in the next episode? Do you want to do it in the next episode? Okay.
Camera switch and talk.
Okay.
That's
so camera switching, talking, and then I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
Well, welcome to episode 31.
31.
Dun, 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 dun.
33 would be our... Well, how did you say something?
A third.
A third of the way there.
Third.
We're going to bring a cake in for episode 33 already.
Yeah, I'm excited
already
for
planning
that
for it. And, we have a script here, but I wanted to go off script for a moment.
Okay.
As everybody knows, our camera sound dude is in Colombia, Debbie. And I wanted to ask you guys, what was your worst experience in Colombia?
Oh, interesting.
Yep. I know it's not on the script, so it's going to be like I have to think about it kind of thing.
No, that's
I got you.
easy. I got you too.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Tell me all about it.
So we have a family farm, if anyone has been listening to us for a while, and there's no hot water. There's no running hot water. It's only cold water. And the mattresses are paper thin, but you know what?
It's humbling.
It's humbling. It's very humbling. And I'm super blessed to have a great family. My aunt would literally boil a bucket of water every day just so I could shower.
She does that for everybody.
Same for me. That was so sweet. And I was on my period and I don't want to be like, can you imagine cold iceberg water hitting your... No, it was hard. Yeah. But that is humbling.
Same farm, different experience. So I'm in a room, right? And I know bats.
Yes.
In the room with me.
Yes, there is.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was hot as a mother. Like it's super hot. And I had to cover up from my toes to my head completely. Because obviously bats are the number one, cause for rabies. You don't want to get bit by bats. You could die. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
And so just to make sure that I obviously wasn't going to get bit by a bat, completely covered. And I could hear them flying above me the entire time. It was terrible.
Dang.
Yeah.
In fact, I've also lived that. Oof.
Natalie?
Well, my worst experience in Colombia was getting robbed. But I don't want to give Colombia a bad rep. It just wasn't great. Basically, I think I've told the story, right? Mm-hmm. 2 guys hopped off the bike. They pretended to look at an address. Me and all my cousins were standing together. And then one of the guys grabbed my cousin, locked her up, had something up against her stomach.
It was like a knife, right? Yeah.
And said, "Malparidas, entreguen todo."
Oh, shit.
And so what did we do? Everybody lined up. And my first cousin fought this dude back. She was like, "I'm not giving you this." And, my others were like, "Just give it to him." Everybody. One of the saddest things to me is my cousin Liza was taking a bunch of cute pictures and was gonna, like her camera got stolen. All of our memories from that trip.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
And I know that she had just gotten that camera for that trip, I think.
Yes, yeah. So that's definitely my worst experience. Very scary, for sure. I'm so happy I've never experienced an earthquake.
Oh my God.
That would scare me.
Well, you and
so
I have
much.
experienced a little bit in
but
LA.
not in Colombia, where
that's
things aren't meant to, which I don't understand. It's scary. But yeah, that's that.
I have a funny one too.
What is it?
One time, so there be some wild insects in Colombia. And and yeah, some wild insects. And so I got bit by like a bug, like in a couple different places on the like bottom of my leg. And my uncle just comes up behind me and is like, yup, they laid their eggs in your leg. And I'm like, what? What? I'm like freaking out, like, what? And then our aunt comes up behind him and slaps him in the back of the head and goes, ¿Por qué le das ideas a la niña? Like he was just messing with me. And he just got a good laugh out of it. And I was like,
wow. No. Well, you know what hasn't happened in Colombia?
What?
Self-checkout. That leads us into our first topic.
Self-checkout. Yeah. Okay.
So obviously Target, Walmart, everybody's got self-checkout lines nowadays. And it's kind of changed the way that we all check out from stores. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes the lines are longer, sometimes they're shorter. So, you know, I wanted to ask you guys, how has integrating self-checkout into your life been, first of all? Secondly, all these self-checkout lines also record you.
That's true. So, which I always go like this.
In terms of privacy, how do you guys feel? And then lastly, I want to tell you about experiences that other people have had with self-checkout and the fact that jobs are being removed from stores because these self-checkout lines are actually taking away from other people.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I personally don't mind self-checkouts. At the beginning, I was one of those people that was like, they're replacing us type of thing. But I personally don't really like engaging as much. If it's a self-checkout versus a person, I would go to a self-checkout. Why? I sometimes feel embarrassed by my purchases.
Me too.
And I feel like I don't want to be judged for it. Like, let's say I'm getting some vagina wash or something. I don't know. Like,
Can't you just say vaginal wash? Why vagina wash?
Why did I say?
So intense.
Yeah, that was kind of intense. But and you know what? I don't actually get vagina wash. But anyway,
normalize it. We all have vaginas.
Yeah, but no. Now speaking of that, I don't really get that. But I do feel more judged whenever it's with a person.
Wait, going off of that, how often do women wash their vaginas? You don't have to say personally how often you guys wash, but
no, I wash it every day. Yeah. But
how often do you wash your dick?
No, okay, wait, hold up. Is washing the vag like its own ritual, or is it just like a normal part of just showering? That's what I'm going to.
Yeah, to me, it's like a normal part of a shower. It's like brushing my teeth.
Yeah. Although
I'm concerned.
You have to understand that I don't have a vag, so I have to ask these questions.
Yeah, but I will say I don't really use the soap like I used to. That type of vaginal soap, you know,
okay, the whole pH balancing thing.
So that was a bad example, but I do feel like going back into the self-checkout, there just is that level of like a little bit even lack of privacy. So I don't mind the cameras. I don't.
What about you, Saina? What do you think about self-checkout?
So it's also no secret that my dad is old. So he still holds that idea of, nah, fuck machines. They're going to get it wrong anyways. I'm going to go to that guy. He needs me to keep his job. And I'm like, okay, Dad. Yeah. That's so, but I personally don't really mind, like Natalie was saying, like, no, actually, no. If there was an empty line with a person versus a long line at checkout.
True, though.
Because at our local Walmart, that'll happen.
That will happen. So are we seeing a trend here where people maybe are more comfortable with the machine versus the person? What about you, Handsome?
For me, self-checkout's better. I like the fact that I am doing it myself. You do have somebody like chaperoning you though, like who's just kind of staring at you.
Yeah.
And like, you think to yourself, can't they just be the one that's like checking me out? You know?
It's not too bad.
It's not that bad, I guess.
For me, if I'm buying alcohol, that's when it's kind of like funny, I guess, because I have to show my card. And but I will say I'm kind of living a childhood fantasy of I always wanted to be the cashier. I tell you that all the time. So it's just like, ooh.
So you enjoy it.
I do enjoy it.
You do free labor for free.
This is kind of crazy to say, but I don't know. There's something about cashiering that relaxes me. I was thinking the other day, I was like, would I just do this just for fun?
Work at a Publix?
Yeah, I literally thought that. But then I thought about the people that are rude and not.
Yeah, that would make the experience so much worse.
But I like that, like counting money. I like all of that, like ASMR. If it was like a quiet place, like a library, and I was like, I don't know, I would like that.
Well, okay. So there's a Kroger, which we do not have in Florida.
What is that?
Kroger is more of like a Western thing, kind of like a Ralph's. You remember how Ralph's?
Oh, yes.
So they're moving to entirely self-checkout.
Really?
So there is no option to get checked out by a person. How do you feel about that?
That must be a little weird going into a store that doesn't have a person in it like that.
That would be like an Amazon store who now only do kind of like those robotic transactions.
Yeah. I was also going to mention Amazon. Girl, I literally, if I need a face wash or something, I'm not going to go to Target anymore. I literally just buy it on Amazon, and at times it'll arrive like within a few hours. That's
crazy,
insane.
right? The speed at which things are getting delivered nowadays.
It's the best.
It's amazing.
So I can't really, yeah.
I do. So I went to Uniqlo a couple days ago, and remember I told you that you don't even have to individually scan things anymore. You can actually just drop them into like a bin. And it kind of has like all the tags have like this metal stuff on it, and it just calculates the total price of everything that you throw in there.
Uniqlo is very advanced.
It's so advanced in the way that it does things. And I was so shocked. I was like, this is going to get it wrong. And I throw everything in, and I did mental math. I was like, it's got to be like this price, right?
Yeah.
And it was. And I'm like, how?
Yeah, I don't get it by weight. That's so weird.
No, it's not even by weight.
What is it?
It like has this 3D rendering thing that it can tell what's inside based on the metal scanner thingies. What about you?
Cool.
What do you think about that, Sonny? That's pretty wild.
That is pretty wild. I'm in a pensive state right now. Like, damn, how does Uniqlo doing that? But
Japanese,
yeah.
people.
But then also
advanced.
If you go to the Amazon supermarkets, that's how they work. They like sense when it goes into your cart. No.
Okay, I want to go to one.
Me too.
Where can we go to one?
I think it would have to be a Whole Foods, right?
No,
like
we
an
mean like the actual Amazon grocery store.
We had one in the Millennium Mall, and where they removed it. Remember?
Oh,
the Amazon grocery store?
Not grocery store, but the actual store. It's like a 5-star.
But it was
Amazon
a bookstore.
No, it had products in it too.
Okay, I've never been to that.
Yeah, and they sold Amazon Echoes and like all that Amazon stuff.
Well, I want to go to like an actual store.
Well, anyways, some things or situations that people have had to do with self-checkout. Some guy got asked for the tip option by the self-checkout machine, which everybody was like, what the heck?
That must get you a little mad when you see that, because it's like, what?
Like, I just did this for myself. What do you mean?
And then someone said that the only reason that self-checkout works is because of the existence of cashier-assisted lanes. So you have to have both. You have to have cashier-assisted plus the self-checkout. Large purchases are being taken care of by the people. If it was such large purchases being taken care of self-checkout, it just wouldn't function the same way.
Yeah. I just want to talk about the whole tip part. I recently got the tip, an app, like a tip app, because I've been realizing I've been over tipping.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I've been telling you that you've been over tipping.
What?
Yeah, I've been telling you for the longest time that you tip more than what's normal.
Why the hell have I been doing that? And I always feel so much pressure. Ugh. It's the worst.
One time I left a tip and the waiter ran me down as I was leaving the store and was like,
what?
You didn't leave a big enough tip.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Wait, how much was it?
I don't remember, like $5. I don't know. Because he was like, but we split the tip because it was at a hibachi place. Like there's the chef and then like the person. So he was like, it's for me and the chef. And we were like, but we gave the chef cash. We already tipped him. And he was like, you're not supposed to do that. And I was like,
that's so awkward. Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right. You're supposed to tip whatever you want. And you should have been go fuck yourself and then keep walking.
Oh my God.
This was in a different era of my life. If it was right now, I would have been like, the fuck, go away. You're lucky I gave you something. But at that point in my life, I was just very squirrely. I was like, oh, okay.
This whole conversation is switching over to tipping, right? But, I had also seen on CNN that tipping culture is changing and people are getting exhausted of tipping.
I am exhausted of tipping. I recently started cash stuffing and it's been life-changing. So if you've never done it, do it, girl. Right. Seriously. No, it's the best, guys. It really, physically for me, I need to visually see where my money is going, right? So I have like a beauty one, I have a self-care, all this stuff. And so I realized if I want a damn haircut, is this normal? $70 for a haircut.
With tip or without?
Without tip. So we're adding tip. Let's say it's 20%. That's $14. So I'm paying $84 to snip my hair. No, thank you. Am I just being cheap? I don't know. Am I being cheap?
You're not being cheap, but it's sad to say that is normal.
Standard now?
Yeah, my mom cuts my hair.
Can I tell you something? Hold on, girl. Wait. I want to mention this. That's not with the blow dry. They're going to add $40 more if I want to blow dry my hair. That's why it's literally just the tips.
Like they'll leave your hair wet?
Yeah.
No, that's over. That's your mat.
Right?
Like, that's crazy. It's
And-
70 with a blow dry too. What?
No. That's it. I called and I checked in and I thought that was a little bit absurd.
So I cut my own hair today. Actually, it was already cut.
And I barely
but
have enough hair.
I just shaved it and it was for the grand total of $0.
I
But
kind of love
I
that.
do believe though that for women it's much harder to cut your own hair. And you're kind of
Yes.
forced into this cycle
I
of
know,
consistently
and
refreshing your hair.
That's too expensive. So I've been thinking, I'm like, I'm not even going in for a big chop. This is okay.
Yeah.
To go to Colombia. Like what? $84? Nobody's going to even notice. So I'm thinking about canceling that appointment.
Do it.
And here's the other thing. I was thinking about changing my entire hair, right?
Yeah.
So, sorry, guys.
that
Sorry.
actually hurt my
Sorry, but
ears.
it literally hurts me to think about 350 plus for me to. I don't. No, thank you. I can't do that.
So one thing that I wanted to mention though is we're all kind of throwing all these prices under inflation. Oh, it's
Yeah,
inflation.
that's
Oh, it's inflation.
true.
And then brands are like, oh, but the inflation. Oh, and the inflation. So Uber, the CEO, was talking on a panel recently. They asked him to assume or to guess how much it would cost to go 3 blocks in New York, right? He said $20. And the reality was that it cost $50 to go those 2 blocks.
Oh my God.
He was
wait.
surprised. He
That's
was shocked at
crazy.
the price of that his own app was charging, right? And then what does he do? He blames inflation. He blames inflation right after that,
Wow.
right? And that's not true because of surge prices and other things that happen with Uber. The point is that Uber is at a point right now where it's charging people almost $130 sometimes to go to the airport.
Yep.
It's insane.
And everything is ridiculous. Everything is so highly priced. And companies are using inflation as an excuse for overcharging.
So that's getting scary.
It is.
What do we do?
I thrift.
Fight the power, man. Fight
That's
the
what I
power.
try to do
You
individually.
Yeah.
I individually try and fight the power, but you know,
I love that.
All right,
what
Natalie.
you gonna do?
What are you proud to have accomplished without my assistance?
Oh my. Okay. Well, okay. When I first thought about this question, I thought about YouTube, but then I thought about how it has been a joint effort. Even if in the beginning it was kind of like my vision and my dream, you went with me to go get that camera. You helped me film my very first few videos.
This conversation is going very different from what you normally say.
What do you mean?
You normally say that you do it on your own.
No. And that's that. No, I don't normally. I used to say that, but I really don't feel like it's been like that with everything in my life. It's been a joint effort.
Mhm.
Or you feel like I'm not being genuine right now?
No,
or-
you're being genuine.
Yeah, because I really do mean what
That's
I'm
very
saying.
nice
yeah.
of you to say that.
But when I think about me, I am proud of like my 20-year-old self for like believing in me, for figuring it all out, for learning how to like lead and all. Yeah, I'm proud of her.
I'm proud of her too.
Sometimes I feel like she was more brave than this current version of myself.
Mm.
And I asked myself what happened to her.
What happened?
I don't know. I got jaded or something. I don't know.
What do you
Wait,
mean?
what did you say? You said that. What about your past version? I couldn't.
I feel like she was more brave. She was more courageous.
In what
taking
way?
risks.
For example, let's say I was in a convention center. I would freaking go through everyone to get to, okay. So one time I tried to get to meet Michelle Phan, the Michelle Phan. Here I am. I'm not like, I don't do anything, right? This was my first convention. And I asked one person who led me to another person, who led me to another person, who led me to her CFO who worked with her. And I didn't get to meet her, but like I had to get in, if you know what I mean? Like I was giving him my business card. I was doing all this stuff, that I would not do now.
Mm.
And then eventually I did get to meet her and I did get to become like a part of her network through that. But what I'm saying is I don't think I would do that now.
Currently,
No.
why is that?
I don't know why.
Do you feel like maybe you piqued your interest in these kinds of things? Maybe
No,
you just
I
don't
think
wanna.
it's the imposter syndrome thing that they talk about.
Yeah.
Where it's like, how did I get here and why me? And this is all just going to go away tomorrow. Like that type of feeling.
Mm.
Whereas when you're always believing and you're that person where you're like dreaming to get out of something. For me, it was like, I fucking hated school and I just wanted to do this crazy thing.
Yeah. I think it's the way that you have to see it. we're currently watching Suits, and
Oh my
so
God, yeah.
Harvey finally got. I might spoil it.
This is a
Something happened.
spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, so something happened, and then Donna's like, "But your dream was accomplished. Your dream came true." And he's like, "It's not a dream; it's a goal." And now we have to move the goalposts forward. Like, where are we going after that?
Exactly,
Right?
yeah.
And so,
Which is why I think I've been so unhappy in my career for the past few years, because I reached everything and more than I wanted. All I could ever imagine, like one of my biggest goals was 1 million subscribers.
yeah,
But that was post the biggest goal, which was 10,000, which was post 1,000, so the goal got bigger, but then it's now like, where's the challenge? What am I really doing?
I do believe that for us, challenges have moved away from numbers, and it's become something different. We don't actively have a goal, do we?
I think we need one again, because my vision now is like with the brand Offline Humans, like I really want to build that into something. And thinking about Natalie from the past, I can see her now for Offline Humans doing what she did for Natalie.
For you too, Natalie.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
can see
going to talk
myself, yes.
to business people for your own brand.
Correct.
Oh, so you're fighting for something different now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that would be it. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's really cool.
So that's what I'm proud that I accomplished without the assistance of my partner.
So, you've lived a single life for most of your life. So I would like to ask and rephrase this to you more for your parents. Like, what is something that you've accomplished without your parents?
So much. I do so much for them. I'm their emotional support child.
I believe it.
I believe it. They love me so much. But
Saina, you're very lovable though. We
Thank
love you.
I love you guys. No, I do. I love you guys. But fighting for my independence.
Fighting for your independence.
Fighting for my independence.
Okay,
Damn.
tell me more. Like, what do you feel you don't have now that you wish they would give you?
Perfect.
Like
The ability to do things without being judged.
Okay.
Or like, for example, I'm 21, yet I still get that call at like 8 or 9. Like, are you okay? Where are you?
Okay.
Why aren't you home? Are you okay? Is everything okay? You need to drive safe. Remember, so I'm going to Fort Myers this weekend and I'm really excited about it. And yesterday my dad, he called me and was like, okay, you can have like 2 or 3 drinks, but no drunk driving. Never drunk driving. Never. And I'm like, Dad, I'm 21. I hope you realize that this is not my first encounter with alcohol.
Yeah.
And that I am smart enough to not drink and drive, but it's like for their own anxiety.
For sure.
That they have to do that. So that's the other thing, like realizing that it's not because of me, but it's because of what they're thinking that they need to say it.
Yeah. And I was just going to add that usually never changes. Like my parents still treat me like that. But the one time it did change for me was when I got married. And I clearly remember, I was like, it was just so shocking to me that my dad let me go home with him.
Valid.
Like, I was like, wait, Dad, where are you going? He's like, you're married. Bye. I don't know. It was so shocking for me. It was shocking.
Well, for me,
It'd probably be shocking for me too.
hey, Dennis, what is something that you've accomplished without the assistance of your partner? Oh, thanks, Dennis, for asking me that question. Well, now that you mention it, graduating was really nice. But when I actually think about it, I feel like you actually also partook in my graduation.
Did I
feel
really?
like
What part?
just like you said, in terms of YouTube, that I like assisted you by just technically being there. And
I was just emotional support.
Yes, I think for me it was also emotional support, but you'd be surprised how much more it helped.
Really? Like what? Like going out on dates or something?
Just getting my mind away from school. I think if I was constantly thinking about just school, it would have like scrambled my brains and I would have gone crazy.
I am crazy because of that.
Yeah.
I want to mention how yesterday when we were watching Suits, you were like, I want to start representing more UCF. I want to buy a UCF shirt.
Yeah.
And then you were kind of saying how I should be more proud of what I did. Yeah. And you really should, because hello,
biomedical.
Yeah. I did pretty good. I feel like I don't give myself enough props. I'll give myself some props right now.
Yeah, he did that. He did that.
Graduating. It's a thing.
That.
No, my graduation will not be an individual thing. It was a team effort.
I didn't go to my graduation. Can you believe that?
Why?
I didn't walk.
But it's okay. We threw him a big ass party.
Okay.
I just didn't. I didn't care.
You didn't feel like it?
No, I'm not about to sit through 800 names that have nothing to do with anything.
Dennis also didn't go to prom.
I knew that.
And convinced me not to go to prom.
We're gonna react to some TikTok.
Hold on, guys. I'm owed prom.
God.
You are owed. I'm owed a prom too. We can throw ourselves a
Oh
prom.
my God.
No,
do that
you
for the
know,
podcast.
you know
That'd be
what?
so
We're gonna do a
cute.
prom here on the podcast.
Oh my God, I would love that.
So okay, we'll do
Wait,
a prom.
I have an unworn prom dress because I'm a 2020 girl.
Damn. Okay.
Mhm.
You know, we can do prom for like not episode 33. Wait, I'm thinking like episode 50. We can do it halfway.
Okay, but I think you disregarded what she said. She's a 2020 girl.
Yeah.
She never got to go to prom.
No, I
And
have
you
it. I have the dress.
That is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You know what I think about that?
What did you feel? Wait, wait. I want to know. I want to know, Zarina. Tell me, like, how did that feel? Like,
Devastating.
like you just looked at it in your closet.
I still have it. I refuse to sell or get rid of it until I wear it once. I've only worn it when I bought it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
And I
sad.
bought
What did
it with
all your
my own
friends do?
money. Because my
your life.
it was the first time I had my own stable job
Yeah.
that I could afford it because my
Aw.
junior year prom dress was like a free one that the school gave me, but like it was slim pickings.
Sure.
But for that prom dress specifically, I bought it with my own money. I went to like the prom dress store
Anyways.
that all the girls went to.
We got it. We
Wait,
got
I
it.
just-
Sabina, Natalie, we're going to create
Okay,
a
fine.
prom
Let's do that.
podcast just so you guys can get over your little emotional issues.
Put that. That's a good idea. I
Yeah,
think
we'll
that'd be
do it. We'll do it. Yeah,
fun.
episode
And
50,
We can have
we'll
a
do-
prom king and prom
Well-
queen.
Watch us not get it and them
Yeah,
get it.
exactly. We all vote. We all vote.
We all vote for prom.
No, the comments should vote.
No,
Oh, that's a good idea.
That would be great.
Comments should vote. We'll put a little poll up.
That would be,
Love it.
that would be really great.
We have a dance and all that.
Yeah. I love that.
Let's do it.
Okay, I have you guys reacting to this video. I
Oh,
think it's
God.
really funny.
Wait, when is prom? Because maybe we should do it around prom time.
I'll
Wait,
let you
hold
know
up.
after.
I have to make this big. Okay, check it out, guys. You guys can see it, right?
Ew, I know what this is gonna
Mhm.
be.
What did you just say?
He called this fucking thing a nightstand.
Ew.
Wait. Listen.
Put your socks.
He said you can put your socks in it.
They're perfect.
Oh,
God.
man.
If you're listening and not seeing the visuals, it's basically a plastic container.
It's like a
Those
fucking,
3 drawers from
yeah,
Walmart.
Ooh.
The ugly drawers. He said it's a
Okay.
nightstand.
I'll be honest though. As a first-time homeowner, I did not have the best taste. How many couches did I purchase, Dennis?
No, that's different. You overly purchased.
But they were ugly. They were ugly.
Yeah.
Like so bad. Nobody thought they were cute.
Why do women think that they have the whole aesthetic though?
I never did though. I'll
Yeah.
admit it. That's why like I never did. Thanks to
What-
Christian, my graphic design or the designer that helped
Yeah.
us with this house after.
Would you say that I am more aesthetic or you're more aesthetic?
I think that you have more of an eye for things. However, it's not house either. Sorry.
Wait, what?
No. Like if you look at our house, when we literally decorated this house maybe a year and a half ago, if you look at our house before then, this is how I know it was bad. When I started maturing a little bit and I started going to all my friends' houses, I was like, damn, this is different. Damn. Like we don't have this, like we didn't have the basics. Our house was bare and just, it wasn't all right. Because you know how we work from here as well.
Yeah.
So we just had like that, a bunch of freaking desks. And it just
You told me about it.
It didn't look right.
You told me
know?
about it.
We
Or we
had
storage rooms of props.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
shit. Like what you saw yesterday with Pitbull, Live, Love, Laugh. Like a big ass banner. So
and Gibby.
that was my house. So then when I started thinking, like everybody, all the girls were like, okay, we're going to start skipping houses. Natalie, when can you go to your house? I was like, oh no, like I'm going to be going on vacation. Like literally. And that's when I hired Christian to help us because
Yeah.
we did not have it together.
You know what? I want to shout out Christian and put her in the description.
Yeah,
she's actually really good at what she does.
amazing.
She helped us with the background. I ended
Yeah.
up designing these pegboards, but she picked out the purple and she helped with the table, like this clear table. I don't have a wide shot, but
Yeah.
it's all thanks to her. And like, even if we didn't end up placing this in the
that
exact
set,
position that she decided, it's been useful in other places that we've used because it's so nice. And that set in the back,
Everything.
she helped design that. The idea was mine to be in shelvings, but then she helped me actually put the stuff in there. And then you actually used the stuff that you like and enjoy and filled it in as well.
Yeah. But basically our house never felt like a house
Team effort.
until she came in.
Wait,
like,
but now I have a question.
Yeah.
What are the basics that you think you were missing in the house? You said we didn't even have the basics. Like,
Girl, we didn't have a dining room.
what?
We had a second living room.
Yeah.
Valid.
And oh God, it's just when I think about our old house, I really cringe.
You mean this? She means this house, but the way that it was set feels like a totally other house.
It kind of felt like a storage room. Like you'd walk
It's like
just everything felt like every room felt like a manufacturing place. I can't explain it. Like
felt
just
like-
weird shit everywhere.
Like two dumbasses stumbled through a house and
Yeah.
placed things in different
Like-
locations.
yeah,
That's how it was.
I can't even.
I mean, my room has always been my room. I
Yeah.
organize my room. Everything
That's
else,
true. Yours hasn't changed very
no,
much.
It
Yeah,
hasn't.
yeah.
Probably you should have a room like Dennis's.
I used to.
It's the
downstairs
conference
one.
room and downstairs. She decides to give them up for work. It's not my
I
fault.
don't decide. I decide to give them up
Yes.
for work.
Well, what do you
We
even do
don't
with your
have-
own room?
Let's be honest here. This house is not big enough for the business.
Mm-mm.
We
I'm
need
telling you.
a bigger space.
You need to kick out that other girl.
Wait, what other girl?
They're renters, so they have their
Don't
own
say their
place.
name.
No,
Don't
I'm not
say
going to
their
say their
name.
name.
Okay,
But they have, I don't even remember her name.
So we have
honestly.
another property. Yes,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. And we actually used to work from there. And so I recently came across this TikTok girl. She does well for herself. And I was.
Let's move on from that. How about no?
No, because it's kind of funny now. We can't just leave them on.
I wasn't even gonna
ugh.
mention
We'll talk
it.
about it in the next podcast.
No.
I want to talk about the nightstand. I want to talk about the nightstand.
Oh my God, fine.
Okay. First of all,
People are going to get mad at you for
No,
that.
no, no,
Just
Yeah.
watch.
no, I don't care. Top comment, right? Top comment. That would be the last opinion he would ever give for the rest of the marriage.
Valid.
Okay, that's kind of rude.
Is there any opinion that I've ever given that you're like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
you
Like,
have-
what's he thinking?
You have plenty.
Can you give one, or it's like you can't think of it right now?
There's been some weird ass things where I'm like, that I can't. Hold on, let me marinate on that
Wait,
one.
can I give one?
Yes.
Sure.
Literally, like 2 days ago, he comes up to me 10 minutes before my shift's over, like our day is over. He goes, "Put this on. It's Natalie's bike shirt." He goes, "In 10 minutes, we're going to go remind Natalie that it's biking time." So we go knock on the door because she's like isolated in the conference
Yeah.
room. And I'm just standing there like,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
No, that's a good idea. Because like,
That
if
was-
I was
yeah.
like, I have to tell
But that's a good
Natalie, I have to
example.
remind her that it's bike day, and if Sabina helps me remind her, she's more inclined to do it. And so
Yeah.
I put this Supreme Silver Surfer bike shirt on you, and then I made you go and tell her.
God, I really want to think about an example because you've had some ridiculous thing.
You've had some dumbass ideas too.
Yeah,
man,
tell
so
me.
like, I don't know.
Can you think of any for me?
You thought about building a shed sometimes, and a
shed?
pool. Pool is such a waste of money. and,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
it's like we
But
both.
that's not that
We both have
crazy.
dumb ideas.
No.
You want to know the
look
craziest?
into a she shed.
What's that?
A she shed. It's like a shed, but it's your own bubble. It's like an
Oh.
enclosure for yourself.
Okay, well, look, one of the first ideas with this room, this was supposed to be my walk-in closet.
That wasn't my idea. That was
No, I know,
that was
I
the
know.
fucking designer.
But can you believe it? Like, I don't
You
even
have enough clothes for that.
Exactly.
If anything, I needed it.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why it didn't make sense. And it was going to be a lot of money. And I would not have even used this room. Like, this room is our podcast room. It's my makeup station. It's literally the film room part for
It's-
YouTube.
This room has been so essential
So,
to
yeah.
all creation. I can't imagine ditching
But
it all for a
I'll
closet.
admit, here's one thing. When I did tell Dennis about the rock climbing room, he was like, what the frick?
I thought it was
No.
cool.
No, you didn't like the idea.
I didn't like the idea. Okay, so this is the idea. The idea was to close off the garage and to create another room in case we have to rent a room.
That didn't make sense.
Yeah.
We never had that.
Yeah, it was a thing. I was like, oh, in case you have to like rent some space to make more money.
That's not true.
It was to create another room and to generate like say, oh, this house has
I never
more
gave that
rooms than what it
idea.
is. It wasn't the first idea was not rock climbing for that.
No. But I'm saying I never gave that idea. I would never want anybody else to live
Yeah,
here.
I wouldn't want that either. Anyways, moving into the next TikTok because it's funny as hell. Check it out.
Wait, what on earth is this? Oh my
Estoy cansado,
damn,
jefe.
that poor computer.
I'm
So
not surprised Dennis put that in.
these videos have been going really viral on TikTok, and it's like old devices who obviously have been fucking mistreated.
Through it.
They've been through it a lot. Is there anything in your life that you have to like just switch up and buy something new for once? Because like is there anything you're dragging along in the last embers of its life?
What? Taina, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, my Birkenstocks.
Oh, dude, me too, though.
Girl.
But it's just kind of a vibe.
Right? No, but these aren't it. These are also have been beat. I've never worn the bad ones here, but my
I wanna
friend,
see them. Please bring them to work.
Every birthday, my friends will get me a new pair of Birks because they see that it's the only shoe I wear.
They're the best.
They are the best,
And they're very
all terrain.
expensive. Yeah, but they're great.
But they last forever.
I love that sound effect so much.
Sound scares me because I'm next to the door and I feel like somebody's gonna like come on in. Anyways, no, okay. I have realized I was a very much an overspender. When I tell you that I started cash stuffing and it changed my life, You saw my makeup. I have everything and more.
Yeah.
I recently went through a splurge. I gave Selena, I gave like my cousin some.
I gave excited.
Yeah, she got a bunch.
You got a lot of shit. You got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I thought about her. Anyways, so I realized that I don't appreciate my things because I have too much of everything. And so recently I'm like, oh, like everything feels that much more special. Yeah, that is an off moment. But hey, I gotta be real to myself. That's the reality.
I have this pair of gym shoes, guys.
Yeah, they're sitting on the stairs, Dennis, and I've asked you so many times every day to get rid of them.
The phase.
They're minimalistic zero drop shoes, right?
Yeah.
And I've worn these things for like the longest time.
And that's okay, yeah.
And
I just don't want them on the stairs.
Yeah, but they're beyond destroyed. They're beat to hell. And like it's weird because those are the only shoes I wear to the gym. And my shoe collection is like I have like 70, 80 pairs. And I only use one pair to the gym. I don't know why. They make me feel so comfortable and strong when I'm there. Because it's like, obviously, it gives a feeling of barefootness.
And take them to Colombia. They'll wash them and make them look brand new.
I have a pair that's coming in, though. I bought them. But I should replace them more often.
That's why America is the overconsumption.
I destroyed them. You're kidding. It's like...
He walked the sole off.
Yes, it's gone.
Okay, that's valid. Yeah, that's good.
You know this.
No,
he also did that to the rock climbing shoes.
Yeah, there's a lot of shoes that I wear like pretty hardcore.
Yo, I feel so bad for David sometimes.
Why?
He be wearing the rock climbing shoes that Dennis gave him.
Yeah.
2 holes in them.
Already?
Big holes.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, big holes. I've seen them.
Big holes.
Already?
He has, bro, all of David's socks have holes in them. All of them. Because he wears it down.
He sounds like a Pueblo kid.
He
Every
is.
time
It's currently in the Pueblo right now.
So you know what? We need to give him socks.
I literally told Bree that's what she should get him for his birthday. A pack of socks.
Literally. I had no idea.
All of his socks.
What about
have holes.
Christian?
I think they share socks.
Oh my God.
Anyways, changing topics. Women who have highly demanding jobs, how do you keep up with socializing?
Oh shit.
Natalie?
Yes. Well, highly demanding jobs. I will say one thing I've been really grateful for is we have so much flexibility. Even though we are disciplined enough to be here every day from 10 to 5, we still have that flexibility, right? So,
socializing. Do you socialize, first of all?
Well, I recently started cycle syncing. And so, yeah, so basically I'm syncing based off my hormones with my emotions and with the activities and food that I'm doing. So I'm also integrating that with socializing. So for example, I recognize that I used to be so overbooked whenever it was my period week because I would say yes to something a few weeks ahead. And then when it was period week, I would not feel great. I have really horrible periods and I would probably either cancel or it just wasn't a fun experience. Like going out, like genuinely. Yeah. So, I started doing that and that's what I did. And I got lost.
Wait. Sabina, what do you say?
No, because you're looking at me blankly.
What do you say?
Nobody's saying anything.
No, I'm waiting for you to finish.
So I have no idea where I'm going with
Sabina,
this.
okay. What do you say your job is demanding?
Which job? This
one.
job?
This one.
Oh, you have another job?
Technically, my life is a job, in my opinion. But this job, yes.
And does it affect you from socializing?
Why does it sound like a trial?
It doesn't?
No. It doesn't affect me from socializing.
So why did Mr. No, I'm just kidding. It sounds like it actually does sound like a
jury
trial.
duty.
I mean,
I
I'm not a
know.
woman, so I can't answer this question. So,
yeah,
but,
Dennis doesn't socialize anybody.
no, I don't socialize. It's
he
the
just
gym
video
for me.
games.
It's
Well,
the gym
okay.
for me.
One thing I realize is I can't have too many social activities in the week. Why? Because work honestly is a little exhausting for me day to day. And so I just don't want to see somebody every single afternoon. Like when I can also have downtime, I need my downtime. So I have honestly once a week with one social activity is enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
2 is pushing it, but I could try to do 2. It just depends on where in my cycle I am.
No, wait. Now I have a question
Yeah.
to like help you finish your thought. Which season of your cycle is the social one?
Ovulatory, so the one that I'm in now, so that's prior to so basically it goes like this. We have the winter, which is when you're in your period.
Yeah.
That's the one where you kind of want to be left alone.
Okay.
Right? You're very introspective. Then you have spring, that's your follicular phase. So basically follicular and ovulatory is very social.
Oh.
Then the next one I'm about to move into, which is my autumn phase. Bubba.
It's okay. Your
Okay.
autumn phase.
My autumn phase. The first week, still social. The second week, that's when I kind of start to get PMS symptoms or I need to take care of myself a little bit more with food and stuff like that. So those are the ones. And it's when you look at it like this, it can feel a little complicated, but I recognize that I should plan my weeks around this because it also pertains to my energy levels. And like, I'm not going to want to do a high intensity workout when I'm about to get my period. As right now, I'm super energized, so I'm going to give it my all. And something else that I recognize, Bubba, is with sex as well.
Okay.
You don't want, I feel like I used to force myself to want to have sex all the time, but not like all the time. How do I explain it? Like I used to be like, oh my God, maybe me and Dennis haven't had sex for like 3 weeks or something. And I'd be like, that's a long time. I should have sex now. Like there's like this pressure for me, at least. Not from you though. Not from you.
I'm not saying a single.
But I just
goddamn
no
thing.
because I don't want to give the wrong idea.
going.
The
Keep
wrong
going.
idea. I am more
Pop
of a,
off.
I'm more of a high desiring. Like I desire sex more than Dennis, for example, in our relationship. And so I used to feel that way. But then you're also not as wet during some parts of your period. So.
How is wait what the fuck? Okay,
Wait, no,
hold
because
on.
I want
this
Ed,
question.
shut
this
up.
question was socializing.
Because okay, so
for
basically,
highly demanding jobs.
So
And you're
basically-
talking about wetness.
No, because this pertains to that. Basically,
Yeah.
she was saying, when am I the most social? My ovulatory phase. That is the phase where I
Yeah,
feel the best because my skin is the
that's
best.
the answer.
I'm the best. I'm also the most wet. Let's get it on.
Yeah, we love that. We love that. Fun fact, I had to explain to David after the last podcast what lube was.
Really?
Yeah. And I hope he learned. I hope he learned.
So do
Boy
tell us
goes in dry.
what happened. What happened?
I was like, girls be dry, and so you have to use lube.
But
And I
that's
was-
the thing. Let me explain. There are dry phases of our cycle, and then there are more wet phases. And I'm sure you've noticed that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like don't force yourself to have sex around the dry phases, or if you want it, then get some lube. It's helpful.
It is.
Okay, well, people have said socializing. What's that? Because I guess a lot of people don't socialize anymore.
Dennis going back to the template.
Work-life balance, establish boundaries, and stick to them. I don't know if you guys agree with that. Between my work and my family life, I rely on my local friend who inserts herself whether I have time or not when she feels we haven't done something in too long.
I have that friend, and I love her.
And usually at the expense of sleep, I finish a shift at 9 p.m. and could have a date or dinner drinks with friends lined up at 10 p.m. I might not go to bed until 1 or 2 a.m. It's not a great work-life balance, but I don't want to give anything up. And hopefully my situation will change next year so that I work fewer hours.
Don't they call that procrastination? There's like a name for that.
I'm a procrastinator.
But it's like
No,
a
but
sleep
there's a name for
prevention
that
thing.
where it's like you don't get to do what you want in the day, so you stay up very late because
Yes, we
you're
were talking about
almost.
this.
There's a word for that.
I have it. It's fuck, I can't remember.
Huh, I have it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would stay on my phone until really late just to not go to sleep because you don't want the next day to start.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
I think we talked about this on a past episode.
We did. Most of these things we talked about in past episodes.
I can't imagine having that schedule. That's pretty rough.
Hey Natalie, do you have a child
No,
that
I
you've
don't.
kept from the world? No, right? We don't have any kids. Samina, do you have any kids?
Maybe you guys don't know that.
Well, I'm
fur
pretty sure
baby.
I don't have any kids, but I
Me
still
and
wanted
Natalie
to
actually have a
ask you.
fur baby.
Yeah, we do.
This question pertains to both of you and me. Women, I'll be a woman for now,
Okay.
that have kids, what's the biggest unexpected change it brought into your life? So I'm going to read these to you guys and tell me if you expected this change.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Don't look at the sheets. I know you guys have the scripts, but
I know.
What do we expect as mother?
So first, my body changed a lot. I didn't even enjoy the same things in bed as I did before. Also, I care more about their stupid child drama than I had thought I would. I never wanted to fight a child until one made mine cry.
Ooh, that would make me angry. That'd be
Sabina, what do
Mother
you think?
Bear.
I'd be Mother Bear.
Would you beat up a child?
No,
I'd
I
beat up their
wouldn't.
mom. Did you guys ever see One Tree Hill?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an episode.
Iconic.
It is iconic. There's an
Yeah.
episode where someone is being a bully to Jamie, which is Nathan and Haley's son.
Okay, I don't remember all the names, but yeah.
Okay. So then Haley went to the school and was like, hey, like, can you be nicer? And then the mom is still there. And she's like, so you're the mom of the boy who wears a cape to school. Maybe if you didn't let him wear a cape, then he wouldn't be getting bullied. And she was, the scene cuts off where Haley like takes off her earrings and just goes at her.
Honestly, though, yeah, that's going to be rough to deal with annoying parents who don't really discipline their child. But bullying is an absolute no.
Never.
Check this out. Kids see black and white and don't understand adult nuances. Words carelessly said can destroy kids.
Valid.
That's true.
You
Valid.
guys think that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's that. Mhm.
Is there anything that might stand out to you that you were told when you were younger that has still affected you?
That was fat.
Since you're long, you're a large.
Since you're long, you're large.
Yeah, any kind of body thing really sticks with you. Like I
Yeah.
talk about this with my cousin who like we're always like sucking it in because we were told to suck it in.
Yes.
And we recognize we're just holding in our breath.
My mom told me that was an ab workout to suck it in.
Wait,
She was like,
what?
She was like, if you just suck it in, it's like a little ab workout. Like,
Why do
It is.
parents
I've heard of
say
that.
things without knowing?
Yeah.
Like and there's this habit of them saying
Because
like
here's
está
the
comprobado, está verificado, and like they have no fucking clue what they're saying.
We have to be honest here though. Like parents are grown-up kids if you think about it, right?
They're not grown up kids. They're just old children.
What I mean is like nobody teaches you. There's really not a blueprint for this stuff. And every child is different. So learning to manage all of that.
Do you think kids have their own personality though, and regardless of whether they have good parents,
Yes.
can still turn out being bad kids?
It depends on their surroundings. I think yes, it can play into influence, but one thing I've heard about having kids is that it makes you a better human. That's what I've heard. Like usually friends who have had kids, they all of a sudden, let's say they were never people that protested or anything. All of a sudden they're protesting and they're really standing up for
Because
things.
it matters to them.
Exactly. Because they recognize that
It impacts them more.
their kids are now a part of this world and this world is what will keep them safe or not.
All right. My daughters were so beautiful. It made me realize I was pretty. I never saw it in myself until I saw them.
That's really cute.
Wait,
I
Dennis, you didn't
love
answer the
that.
question.
No, because I'm not a mom.
But you said you were going to be a woman for the question.
Oh, okay. What's the
From
biggest-
the dad.
Oh,
From the
okay.
dad perspective.
For the previous one that I mentioned about the whole black and white thing, yes, like it does in fact.
No, or just the question in general.
Okay, yeah, no. The question is, I'm telling you guys things, and then we're reacting to whether we expected that or not. And yes, I did expect words to affect kids, both positively and negatively. Though, like my parents would always tell me I'm intelligent, right? They would feed that to me,
Oh,
right?
that's so good.
And
That
so
is
jealous.
I feel like that helped me feel like I had long-term memory and more. I built myself up.
Dude, all those affirmations are really helpful.
Always give your kids affirmations.
I think as teachers too, though, when teachers would tell me, "Oh, you're so good at this. Have you considered it for a career? Have you considered doing this after school?" Then I'm like, damn, I really am good at this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then you start to believe I'm good at science. And then
Yeah.
it actually led me into pursuing science. But if you're told, "Oh, you're so bad at math, why are you even doing math?" And then you're going to avoid math. And then what does that lead to? Tends to not be any math oriented careers. So it definitely leads you
It's
into other
true.
things.
It does steer you. I was always a very creative child and I was told I was very creative and I didn't feel good enough for things like science or math specifically.
Yeah, STEM.
And that definitely played an impact. So my biggest like classes that I did so well in was like language arts or, you know, creative classes.
Along with this whole picketing and strikes and going out and protesting, right? Is another one. How much more empathy I have now towards people who had a rough childhood. It breaks my heart and I just want to hug them and comfort them.
A childhood can really shape you in so many ways.
But you have more empathy towards people because you can see them as a child.
Yeah.
Because you have children of your own now.
Yeah.
True. Damn.
Valid.
That shit got real deep at the end.
Yeah. It's a whole range. We went from wetness to kids.
Damn. But the kids come out of wetness, right?
Valid.
It happens because of the wetness.
It does.
And that's a description though, right? For you guys on Friday.
Yeah. If
in this episode.
If shit was dry, kids wouldn't exist.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, we have some reacting to some bad resumes here.
Oh my God.
Resumes. What is a resume?
There's a bad resume.
Ooh, interesting.
Alina, do you want to take a little bit of a lead into this, or did you actually read the resumes?
No, I did actually read them.
Okay.
But let me pull up the script.
That's an interesting font.
Activity.
Choice of font. Very.
But I'll tell you why I thought of it.
Yeah.
So obviously, as a student, I'm always like adding to my resume, like adding this job to my resume. I'm like, do they even have a resume? Like, have you guys read through resumes just out of curiosity?
Wait, this person gave them $5? Is that what I'm hearing?
Okay. Some notes regarding your application. Listing super secret spy work I legally can't talk about as your previous experience. You won't fool anyone. In the future, you might want to refrain from using sentences like, come on, let me be a part of this awesome gig you've got going on. eBay feedback isn't a relevant reference.
This is definitely a prank.
That cannot be real. That cannot be real.
No.
Okay. Well, I wrote a resume maybe once or twice when I got my first job, but I never did it again. So I'm curious, like, Taina, you're more in the real world workforce.
Okay, these resumes are all stupid, but
show her number 3.
Number 3, the I am Groot.
No way.
He just put I am Groot.
That's not
Job
real.
application, experience or skills. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
No.
Okay.
Wait, and then the one right under that, please.
Okay. The My Little Pony resume. Well,
I mean,
okay.
hey, that's kind of creative.
You know,
but it's
okay,
hilarious.
look, this is the thing in terms of resumes. I never had to write one, right? Because this is like my only job I've ever had to do.
I'm chill.
I was stressed about resumes. I went to a workshop that talked
for sure.
about how to do resumes.
I can't imagine.
And I was
you in a
so
workshop.
goddamn nervous about that resume that I just I would panic and I never ended up doing a resume. What about you?
No, I had to do resumes multiple times, but actually, yeah, because I took like courses of this. This used to be like a cursive thing, you know, where they would teach everybody how to do this. Like this was a prereq type of thing, but I don't remember much about it.
So, Mina, you worked at a local place, the food place.
Yeah.
How did they ask for a resume?
Yeah.
They asked for a resume?
I brought them my little printout resume and they looked over it.
So what does yours say?
Yeah, what give us a little bit of insight into your resume.
So I always put my extracurriculars before my jobs on my resume, only because my extracurriculars speak more to me and my passions rather than jobs.
Ooh.
Because if you look at my job experience, it's Hollister, Providence Bagels, and Maison babysitting here.
Nice. I think this one should go up the list.
Oh, it's going at the top of the list, baby. It's going at the top of the list. What? But then if you look at my extracurriculars, it's like I was the diversity, equity, and inclusion chair for my sorority, as well as for the entire like school for the Hellenic Council for like all sororities. I was in charge of making sure they weren't racist.
Wait. This resume,
speaks
did you
highly,
hand it in digitally or physically?
Both.
Both. And did you write it on special paper or was it just printer paper?
Printer paper.
Okay.
Because that's also how I got my internship.
Oh, cool. Well, I mean, I didn't know this, but there is special paper for resumes.
There is.
There is, yeah.
Do you think
You guys have special paper.
Do you think that the paper affects the quality of the resume?
Depends on the job, because if you're handing it to them specifically, then they're going to remember your face. But if it's one of those resumes where they're just flipping through all of them, like you guys have some scripting paper in the conference room. And as soon as I picked it up, I was like, oh, this paper feels thick. So if it's one of those type of jobs where they're just flipping through everything.
Thick.
Yeah. Then
if
they're
you
going
come
like
work for
that
us,
thick paper.
you're going to use that thick paper.
Yeah, double C.
You know, something that's similar to resumes is business cards.
Which nobody uses.
When
now.
you're handed a business card, how much does it affect whether you're going to actually get back to this person or not?
There is this new app. I think it's like Pop-In or
something like that.
yeah, you
Pop-In.
scan it and basically it's like the new thing. Like nobody gives business cards.
Really?
That's what they say. Because really, what do you do with a business card? You know,
I stuff it in the back of my phone.
Exactly. Yeah. And I even took a class on not the whole business card thing, but like on the etiquette. Like, what do you do when somebody gives you a business card? You look at it, you appreciate it, you say something nice, and then you show them that you're putting it away somewhere nicely.
Have you guys seen American Psycho?
No.
Well, there's a scene where he's handed a business card from one of his associates, and it has a bend, it has a crease on the corner, and it has like a stain on it, and it boils inside of him. He literally thinks about murdering the guy just simply because of his business card.
I just whipped out both of the business cards I had in the back of my phone case.
From
Ooh, who are they?
A possum and Purtastic cat sitting.
Those are cute.
Yeah, also on Meowdle and reviewed and approved by Rover, and then Awakened Auras Co. Crystal Shop and Wellness Center.
Cute.
Both from Florida.
Very nice. Well, we're going to go into my 2 facts of the day, and then we have one final reaction, and then Savina's going to get into her snap, so don't go anywhere because we still have a lot of great stuff coming up. So my 2 fun facts of the day. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The first one shocked the shit out of me. I was like, wait, is that even really real? And it turned out being real.
Now I'm curious.
So there's a marathon where a man races a horse. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The man actually won in 4 competitions.
Shit.
2004, 7, 22, and in all of those years, in 80. And the horse has won in all of the other ones. But just the fact that somebody is capable of defeating a horse.
What's his speed?
I don't know if it was like a geographical thing where like, I don't know, maybe this horse is having difficulty getting through something, but like in what real world would a person beat a horse at anything?
Usain Bolt.
Yeah,
believe that.
that's like sprint speed, but I'm talking distance.
No, yeah, true.
I have no idea. Where'd you get that fact again?
Online.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But it's real.
Is it
It's
fact
real.
checked?
It's real. Yes, it's fact checked. I actually look at it. Wikipedia. There's actually the horse marathon. Okay.
Wikipedia is not a reliable source.
Wikipedia has become a reliable source. Okay. I'm standing up for Wikipedia. Wikipedia. It's by the people, funded by the people, for the people. Okay.
It is.
Playing just one day in baseball, Major League Baseball, gives a player lifetime health care coverage,
Wow.
while 43 days secures them an annual pension of $34,000. That's only playing one single day in Major League Baseball, just making it there.
Wow.
So you technically become a part of a very exclusive club
That's incredible.
just by taking the field and
wow.
just being a part of it.
Goes to show healthcare like that is possible.
How do you guys feel about healthcare for our government officials?
Yo.
It's terrible. Oh, wait.
No. So government officials, like people in the Senate and House of Representatives, get free healthcare from us, right? Through
That's
taxes.
fucked.
And it's very, very, very good healthcare.
Yeah.
I'm not
Thoughts?
here for it.
Opinions.
Why should
Anything.
they get? I'm about to move to Canada. Why do they get free healthcare and we don't?
Well,
Like they.
you gotta vote. You gotta do.
I still don't
I do.
understand this. Yeah. There's
I
a
do
lot of
vote.
messed up that I don't understand.
You gotta do your due diligence. React into
scares
this video,
you a little
please.
bit. Yeah.
Samina, you are
Wait, we have to.
you're
put
considered
it
Gen
up.
Z, correct?
Yes.
I'm about to show you a video,
I'm listening. I'm
and
watching.
we're all gonna react to this kid, and we're gonna feel bad about it.
okay.
Nice.
Thanks for letting me know.
He's gonna be asked questions. Okay,
Question number 1. How many states make up the United States?
guys, answer it.
50.
50.
Let's get.
How many?
Yes.
I think he said 15.
No, I think he said 50 because she said yes.
What is the capital of the United States?
What is the capital, guys, of the United States?
Is it DC?
I was gonna say Washington.
Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
yes.
But can you not? This gives me a lot of anxiety.
No, but it's
I hate
funny.
these, not
Come
to me.
on.
I hate
Okay,
these questions.
do you not want to get it asked?
I'm the Gen Zer. I'll answer.
Okay, Samina,
Yeah.
you can. Okay, I'm gonna switch between Samina's camera and this kid's
There's
camera.
trauma in this.
Okay,
United States.
Yes. Good job.
said United States.
Do you know
What?
what century we are in?
21st.
20th.
Yes. Good job.
So she's just saying.
Close.
How many
close.
make
She says good job to everything, even if he gets it wrong.
up a dozen?
12.
Yes. Good job.
Wait, what was the question? A dozen what?
How many eggs make up a dozen?
How many eggs make up a dozen? 12.
Yes, you got that one right.
Good job. What is the third month of the year?
March.
No way he gets this wrong.
Oh.
It's okay.
Wait for it.
November.
He said November.
goodness.
Thank you for getting it right. I was like, no. Of all the questions, you can't get that one wrong.
No.
I completely guessed, by the way.
Oh, well, good guess, buddy. What two countries border the U.S.?
Okay, it's getting kind of long-winded. Okay,
Canada and Mexico.
the point is, this poor kid, man, he gets a lot wrong later into the video, and they're really bad questions. Did you guys know that overall in the U.S., because of COVID, we've fallen behind almost the rest of the world in terms of geography, math, and science?
I believe it.
Really? Yeah.
I believe it.
Do you feel, Samina, like, because you're the one that is obviously the Gen Z and the whole 2020 prom thing, do you feel like your classmates and people in your, generation fell behind?
Yes, I did.
What, in the sense of what?
But the first time I took an in-person exam was, in fact, last year. Or, well, technically this year, but during the school year. So I was just ChatGPTing and Googling my way through college up until junior year. Like, I'm supposed to, don't get me wrong, like, I'm trying to learn it. Like, I'm supposed to know these things. But I also do think it depends on the major, because if it's something like I have a few friends from high school that are graduating early because they're smart. Not to say that I'm not, but they're just more book smart. Or like nursing, where it's a lot more like they've been doing involved.
Yeah.
Yes. So I do think it depends on the major.
So
But yeah.
statistically, we've fallen back 2 grades. That's kind of the level that they've actually said. So 5th graders are at a 3rd grade level,
No way.
right? Both mentally and the way that they act,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
So post COVID, when kids went back to school, apparently they were acting like animals. Okay, they were little savages.
Think about that. They just spent their entire year inside with their parents.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Still
not fun.
acting like little savages, and that it's gonna take quite a bit to get everything back to normal. It's really crazy how those 2 years of COVID are still hitting us now.
I do want to jump back. So many of me and my friends are like, how are we about to be seniors?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like, how am I about to be a senior?
It's like not fair, right? It almost, you didn't get that time. It
Yeah.
just
like
where did that go?
Freshman orientation it looks, because I have friends that are orientation counselors, and they take them to all these fun activities, like a party on the quad, they get a DJ and like all this fun stuff. I got a Zoom that I slept through.
No.
I got a Zoom that I slept through for like sorority recruitment and all that, like getting the opportunity to dress up, like a Zoom.
Well, let me tell you this though, Serena. Do you feel like
That's terrible. Yeah.
the degree that you're getting, do you feel like it was easier for you than people before you? Due to the fact that a lot of your classes are online and a lot of theirs was in person.
Yes.
So I don't want to say like there's an asterisk next to your degree, but it was different from most people's.
It was different, but I feel like they make up for it in different ways. Like,
okay,
the workload pre versus after, very different in my opinion.
So you're saying that you did more work.
Yes, like more tedious things. Like, because of COVID, they would have us do more tedious things. And I feel as though before COVID, more of the work I did had more value.
I could totally see them doing that.
Like I do so much mindless shit just for the grade.
Because think about how teachers, all of a sudden, they were also faced with what is the curriculum now. So I would say they had to bluff so much.
I can't, like, for me, for my degree, I can't imagine having done it from home. Like, how is that even possible? Especially the lab work. Like, I had to work with bacteria and stuff.
True.
How the hell am I going to have a petri dish at home, and where am I going to incubate that thing?
Right.
Like,
So you would have gotten a lot of book work. Like,
it's just a bunch of bullshit. But
exactly.
At the same time, right? Like, okay, I'm not one to say, well, just to get a degree, they shouldn't overload you with bullshit. Does that make sense? It's more about like, what do you know, right? And so for me, when I was in school, you know, high school, like a large portion of your grade is based on homeworks. Like homework is like 20% of your grade. And then like in class stuff is like 30. So honestly, exams amount to maybe 40% of your total grade. When I was in school, exams were 100% of your grade.
What?
There was no homework. You have a quarterly exam, and that accounts for 25% of your grade. And so whatever you get on exams is your grade, and that's it. That's how science classes are.
Now it's like the opposite for me because I'm not a homework gal. I put all of my attention into it when I'm there. I put my whole heart and soul into it while I'm there.
Yeah.
But at home, I'm not doing it.
So would you prefer, right?
I'm not doing
Would you prefer the way that you have it now, or would you prefer
you're gonna fail
exams? Would you prefer exams like I did? You want your full grade to be exams?
Or just like a project or paper. That's the other thing.
Sure.
I don't take many exams. It's more so like a final project, like a research project. Like I researched something the entire semester and then I present.
Okay. So it does seem kind of easier.
It seems easier to me.
But more tedious. Like what you're saying. Like
it's easier but more tedious.
Yes.
It's a lot of fluff. A lot of filler.
But you know, we have to ask the audience, like, how has it been for you? And
which do you prefer?
Speak for everyone.
Do you guys prefer the type of schooling that I had where your grade came straight from the exams and that's
a lot of pressure.
Which is a lot of pressure, but it also shows like you don't buckle under pressure as well, right?
No, let's be honest. You were stressed out so much of the time.
I still got a pure 4.0 towards the end though.
Well, I'm jealous. A lot of people, I'm not a test taker. I would frazzle under the pressure and my mind would go blank.
And that took you, I mean, Dennis still has nightmares to this day where he goes into a class that he didn't study for. That's how much emotional baggage this does to you.
Okay, so he's like that. That's totally true. That's totally true.
Yeah, I'd rather
snaps of the week. Even though Snapchat sucks, tell us about it.
You suck, Dennis.
Snapchat sucks.
So we've brought it up on a few episodes now, but people have been throwing things at artists while they're on stage, like at a concert.
Don't tell me they threw something at him again.
Yeah.
Oh, the bra for Drake. That's a big thing though.
The what?
The bras at Drake? You haven't seen?
No, that's my second point. My first point is that someone threw their drink at Cardi B, and so she threw the microphone at them.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Wait,
I would have clapped back.
What kind of drink? And
it was water. It looked like water.
But was it in like a...
I think it was actually like a styrofoam. It wasn't like a hard cup.
Like they threw it at her.
The water, like they tossed just the water. She threw her whole ass mic at them.
I mean, it was all she had in her hand.
Yeah. And so then what? Did that person get hurt?
She's getting sued.
I don't think she should be getting
They showed the chick in the crowd and she looked like she resented the fact that she did that. It looked like it was an accident, but she went ahead and threw water.
Why did she do that?
It looked like she just kind of like threw it up in like a celebrating kind of way. Like after someone scores a goal, you see like people throw beer and stuff up. But like it totally became this one wave that hit Cardi B. Like it just went straight at her. And then she just chucked a big ass mic. It was big. It was like a big studio mic. At her like this, like a ninja star. Yeah. It was crazy.
In her defense, it's all she had in her hand.
They were both in the wrong. Let's just be honest.
I agree. They were both in the wrong. So then my next one, to go off the bra thing. So at one of his concerts, Drake was like, I got enough phones. I got enough lipsticks. I got anything you would want to throw at me. If you want to throw a bra, that's completely fine. So people have been throwing bras at him. And so so a L cup bra and an H cup bra have been thrown at him.
God.
And
wait, how big is this?
So
like
the first bra he got
big
thrown at him was a 36J.
Wait. Right? I gotta look this up.
It was a 36J that was thrown at him. He picked it up and he said, 36J, find me this woman immediately.
Yeah.
And he actually talked to her through DMs after, which is pretty cool.
I saw it.
But it's become a thing where people throw increasingly larger bras to the point where I don't think this is like these people's bras actually. Like they just buy them to take them. I honestly think they just go find the biggest bra they can find and like to buy
pretty big.
and just throw it.
But the fact that they exist, like,
Yes.
there are women who need them.
So someone threw an L, right? An L cup.
That's a lot.
And he started singing his ABCs on stage. Did you see?
Yes, I
He was
did.
like A B C D E F G H I J K
What?
L.
I'm sorry. How is? Where do they buy this? That's incredible that they have
Samina,
that.
can you try to buy an L cup bra on Amazon? See if that's even possible.
The inclusivity though.
Is that even
yeah.
possible?
That's kind of nice. I do
possible.
like that.
I'm gonna
used to
actually
be-
check that right now.
There used to be a show on TLC about this lingerie store that was specifically for women with big ass boobs that like needed help.
Yeah.
Because they were like, there was this one episode that's vividly in my brain where this poor woman like had so much boobage that she had 2 bras on her because she needed the one to
cannot
clip in the back because it
imagine.
didn't reach.
I remember as a kid, you just see weird shit, right? So there was this one corn star, right? Who had the most massive tits. Like you could tell that they weren't real. Obviously, it was like an implant, but like they went to her knees. It was like bad.
I don't
it was like these
understand.
absolute gargantuan things. This lady had to have a Z cup or like something
my
astronomical, custom made bras. But yeah, L cup, man, that's huge
wild.
regardless.
Yeah.
And then can you tell us the last one, Selena, and then we can move on out of here.
So I also mentioned on a previous snap of the week that Nicki Minaj was swatted at her house.
Again?
It happened again.
No way. No,
She was
that's
swatted
fucked.
again.
Why is she being swatted?
I feel so bad for her. People are just like to mess with her. So reports from TMZ say that someone called saying that there was an active shooter at her house.
Ooh.
And then they pulled up, like swatted up, like, yo, where's the active shooter? Nothing. And she's just like, what the hell is going on here? Like, you're scaring my baby.
Yeah, that's so terrifying.
At this point, I mean, should people even know where anybody lives? Like, how do people even find that out?
That's the crazy part.
I know it has to be like in the public somewhere, but messing with people in that way, it's just so dumb.
Yeah, no.
Which is why both of them are so cautious about where they live. Bro, one time David posted a snap from outside. They're like, take it down. What if someone? Because
I've
they've
had
had
issues with
it's
David
true.
No,
posting
valid.
where we live so many times
No,
at this
it's
point.
true. It gets to because they also put location. So let's say somebody decides to follow David, like who's to say that's not where we live? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
So if you want to know where we live, track Debbie and you'll find out where we live.
don't.
Maybe don't.
No, David has gotten better at that. Yeah.
How about next time you see him, Samina, tell him to turn off his Snap shit, and then that way they won't be
Oh
able
my
to track us
god,
down.
that's fucking scary.
Yeah.
But that's how I track him.
Well, you gotta tell him now because it's
No,
it's
he's
When he
fine.
gets back.
It's a thing.
He's fine. He's fine.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Natalie and Dennis Show. That concludes episode 31. Be sure to subscribe to us if you're on YouTube and also rate us if you're listening to this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Stay tuned for that prom episode.
Prom episode 50, Celebration Cake episode 33. Tune in next Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. What time was that, Natalie?
4 p.m. Eastern Time.
So, what time was that?
4 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. Check you out in the next episode. Goodbye.